This month on All A's, Marcus Semien gives Brody Brazil a tour of his alma mater, UC Berkeley. Hear how Marcus was born into being a Golden Bear.
My mom helped me into the dorms that she stayed in.
And how Cal shaped him as a person.
I came here as a kid and left as a man, I think.
Pack your bag and don't forget your hacky sack. All A's starts now.
All right, welcome to this edition of All A's. Pleased to be joined by none other than, I'm just going to say it, Cal legend, Marcus Semien. Thanks for coming out this morning, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so your mom went here, your dad went here. In fact, they had you when they were both freshmen here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, safe to say you were born literally into Cal. How do you see that?
Well, that's exactly what it was. I mean, there weren't a lot of schools that necessarily were throwing big offers at me out of high school, so we made a visit to Cal. They called us first, and I was excited. I mean, this is the place I wanted to go, so it was a very easy recruiting process. I'm very familiar with this area, just coming up here as a kid, and I even went to Cal football games when my dad was playing football as a 2-year-old. So just to follow in his footsteps and also my mom's footsteps was great.
Isn't it crazy that this is a place, like you say, that you remember from your earliest of years?
Yeah, it's, right when I stepped on campus as a freshman, my mom helped me into the dorms that she stayed in.
Wow.
She was pregnant with me in those dorms, so kind of eerie, but also having my best friend Matt Flemmer with me as a roommate. We went to high school together, played here at Cal together, and then of course my wife playing volleyball here too. We were dating at the time. We're married now, but just being familiar with those people and having family close was a big part of why I came here.
So needless to say, to shoot this TV show, we didn't have to talk you into coming back here. This is a special place for you.
No, this is one of the most important places in my life. I still spend a lot of my off season here training, using this field, and those cages, and it's everybody welcomes me with open arms every time I come back.
As for just every time you come back here to this field, what immediately comes to mind?
There's a lot of things. I mean, this is where I became a man. This place, I came here as a kid and left as a man, I think. I came here as a very raw baseball player. I learned a lot, got to play a lot, became a professional. And now when I come back, this is a place I train at. So I'm real serious when I'm here, just trying to get my work done.
We think about the Oakland A's having a lot of connections to Cal, Mark Canha, Bob Melvin. By the way, can I show you a picture? Comment on that if you would.
He looks the same, minus the hair. I mean, Omel's a good-looking guy, young guy still. So, he told me he wasn't here for too long, but he loves to represent Cal. So that's great to see.
Marcus hits a deep drive into center. Span going back. He will watch a grand slam to center field by Marcus Semien. And the A's fans in a frenzy in Game 1 of the Battle of the Bay.
To think that your high school experience, your college experience, and now your best big league baseball experience are all within 20 miles of each other, that has to mean something to you, right?
Yes. I don't think many big league players can say that.
Who can?
That that's happened for them. I spent most of my life here in the East Bay, and it's a place that I love. It's a place that I want to be. I want to stay, especially with the team we have, and just the youth and the good baseball we're playing. It's a beautiful thing. I've been able to raise my 2 sons here. Obviously get married and have my family be there for all of my baseball career as well, so it's very special.
So you were initially drafted by the White Sox 2008?
Yeah.
And you were making the choice at that point, do I go or do I stick with my plans to come here to Cal?
Mm-hmm.
You came here to Cal. Go through that process, if you would, for us.
Well, I was 17 years old at that time, 2008. You know, I was a two-sport athlete in high school, and you know, I thought about how it'd be if I just focused on baseball and how good I would be. But I knew I wasn't ready for the professional game yet. So coming here, like we talked about before,
so many connections.
All the connections, all the history. Growing up here, it was just a very comforting situation. I came in, I didn't play much my freshman year here, but I played a lot of baseball that summer and got better and better, and eventually became a full-time starter that next year. So, you know, I'm very happy with the decision for baseball and for education too, just on the way to getting my degree.
Payoff pitch, swung on drill, deep left. Marcus makes a bid, up, over, and out.
All right, you ready to show us around this place?
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
All right.
Coming up on All A's, Marcus explains that he's not the only talented athlete in his family,
She was a superstar here.
and how he fared academically at Cal.
We were going to go to the records office and pull your transcripts.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
All right, so we're about to step into Haas Pavilion. That's what everybody knows it as nowadays. But when I came here as a kid to watch Jason Kidd and Randy Duck, Lamont Murray, all those guys, it was Harmon Gym. It was like literally a high school sized gym. Did you ever come here and watch basketball?
I did, but only when it was this.
This one, all right.
I remember more of Sean Lampley.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think they had like Joe Ship.
Yep.
or one of the Ship brothers.
Yep.
And then when I was here, they had a good team. They won the Pac-10. They had Jerome Randall, Patrick Christopher,
Yep.
Theo Robertson, Boykin, and you know, they've been a little up and down lately. They had a good year with Ivan Rabb and Jaylen Brown.
All right, so you're watching.
Yeah, but it's, you know, they've been a little up and down, but I always pay attention.
You know who's the biggest Cal basketball fan, by the way?
Bob Melvin.
Bo Mel.
Yeah.
Big time.
He's got season tickets.
He's got courtside seats.
Right. Yeah.
He's like a super fan out here.
Well, he gives back, and you know, as a former Cal athlete,
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And now as an alum who gives back as well, it's just it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. But he likes it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just not doing a good deed. He's into it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know, we love sports. We love watching other sports. He said he played basketball growing up too, so it's fun to watch. So you see this 09, 10, 11, 12,
Your wife
13?
right there.
Yeah. I guess it'd be 08, 09, 10, 11. Was Tara.
So, I mean, did you
She
guys?
was first team All-American in 10, I think.
When did you guys have free time to actually be together? You were baseball, she was volleyball. I guess the seasons don't completely
Yeah,
cross,
and then
but
summer I'd go play summer ball. So it was, you know, we usually in the evenings after our day we spend time together. But you know, you're always busy here. You got class. For us, it was class from 8 to 12, and then practice at 2. And for her, it was practice at 8 and then class at 2. So usually after our days. But.
And you must have went to a decent amount of volleyball matches then too, huh?
I went to all the home games.
Yeah?
Because that was my off season. So
Yeah.
I was, you know, I wanted to support her just like she supported me. But like I said, she was a superstar here. I was just a little guy here.
Outside hitter? I'm just throwing stuff out there. I don't know what.
Outside hitter. Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, Tara's,
Just a guess.
Tara's 6'3".
I was gonna say, I know she's tall. I've
Right.
met her before. She's
So she, you know, she could jump.
Yeah.
She was 6. She was the same height freshman year of high school too.
Yeah.
So she was
wow.
serious. We'll just go through here. So we used to have Campanile runs, which you'll see. We'll have a little up, not crazy uphill.
Yeah,
but
it's uphill enough.
slight uphill run. That's another thing I enjoyed was I talked about it a little bit yesterday with somebody, but just once I got here, just having all the resources I had, having coaches who are paid to work with me. I didn't have a lot of that as a kid. Just, I really appreciate everybody who helped me get to where I am.
Yeah.
We had strength coaches, hitting coaches, infield coach. I didn't have all that growing up, so just very fortunate to be able to utilize them, and I made sure I kept my strong work ethic so that I could get better.
All right, so this is the Life Sciences building. First off, I feel just smarter being on campus. Like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel smarter just being here.
This is one of the most beautiful buildings, I think. Spend a little bit of time in here. There is a library in there that I'd come study with one of my roommates here. Sometimes at your apartment, it's kind of hard to get all your work done, so you could walk over here at any hour and just get some work done. So didn't take too many science classes here, but definitely a beautiful building.
Did you fit in here? Like, there's so many smart people. I'm not saying you're not one of them. I'm just saying, like, when you're surrounded by so much intelligence, I could speak for a person who might say I'm a little intimidated being around so much intelligence.
No doubt.
Were you?
No, I was intimidated. I mean, my grades were okay in high school.
Right.
I mean, A's and B's.
We're just average dudes, but these are not average people around here.
Right, but you get here, everybody got straight A's.
Right.
And people know that you're an athlete, but my goal was to make sure I fit in my classes and spoke up in class as much as I could, show up every day, just like you do at the baseball field. Does it take twice as much effort? Yes, but that's what we signed up for.
Bacteriology.
Yeah, I didn't study that.
I didn't study that.
I did spend a lot of time in front of this building though, because we would have conditioning at about 6 in the morning right here, running up to the Campanile about 25 times.
Oh my gosh.
Back and forth. So we got in good shape running around this campus. It's a massive campus.
Hey, part of this, we were going to go to the records office and pull your transcripts.
You can try. You can try. I mean, they weren't great, but I tried to make a B if I could on most of my classes and end up with a 3.0.
You didn't go to the easiest school ever, right?
No, I mean it's and a lot of the professors don't really understand the athlete's schedule, so it's very strenuous.
Yeah.
They treat you just like any other student. So
yeah.
We had to make time. We knew that every Friday, or probably every other Thursday evening, we were leaving to go on the road too during the season.
Right.
So you got to make sure your professors
get
know
ahead.
that. When I first got here, I wanted to do like econ. In high school I took an econ course, and I was like, I love this. At the high school level, I loved it.
Right.
And then
Until
I got here and got to my first stats class, Stats 20, and I struggled a little bit. It was a struggle because it was just nothing I was familiar with. But that was one of the classes you needed for econ. But everybody's so smart, and I feel like looking around, everybody got it, and everybody was on it, and I was like a little slower. But that's part of it. It's a competition. It's a competition in the real world, and that's why they make it so hard here.
So let me play a little bit of the past into a little bit of the present. The same way that maybe you got to big league baseball, or especially with the A's on an everyday basis, kind of ran into some struggles, and you said, nope, I'm sticking with it. Like, you'd already been through that here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, when I got to minor league ball, I felt very prepared because of the long hours and long days that we had here. And I got to A ball, and I said, all I get to focus on is baseball. This is great. I don't have class anymore, no finals. It's just baseball and strength and conditioning. So that was great, and that's why most people come out of Cal and do so well. We didn't always have the greatest teams here, but we always put out a lot of major league players, and that's one of the reasons why.
Still to come on All A's, Marcus reflects on his East Bay roots.
just driving here today, I was just thinking I'm so blessed.
And it's time for our Carl's Jr. Trivia Test. What 2 current Oakland A's were also involved in the trade that brought Marcus to Oakland? We'll have the answer when we return. Welcome back to All A's. Before the break, we asked, what 2 current Oakland A's were also involved in the trade that brought Marcus to Oakland? The answer, Josh Phegley and Chris Bassett. The 3 were traded after the 2014 season for starting pitcher Jeff Samardzija.
This is a beautiful campus. So this was your guys' run.
Yeah, so we would
up
start.
this hill.
We would start at the Valley Life Science Building, sprint up to the Campanile,
25
jog back.
times, huh?
Depended on how mad our strength coach was at us.
30 times.
But it got
maybe.
us to the World Series. So I took these reps really serious. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, every rep counts. And when you're a college athlete, a student athlete, you're not getting paid to do this.
Right.
You're on scholarship. You're not under contract to do any of this.
Right.
So it's all how much do you want it, and that's the way I thought about it.
Are there some stories, some Marcus Semien stories of this campus that will never be told? Don't tell them here, I'm just saying. Any collegiate
Well,
moments for you? Come on.
I was pretty straight edge guy. I mean, we had a great time as a team. We had a great group. I think that's what makes a team is you need to be together off the field too.
Yeah.
And that goes for our Oakland A's team too. We spend a lot of time away from the field together because you need to know everybody's personality so that when you're in battle and something doesn't go somebody's way, you need to know how to handle
Absolutely.
it. And that's always been my values as a teammate. You want to know your teammate.
Right.
And that's why you go out and have a good time every once in a while and just enjoy each other. The bells are about to go off too.
Perfect.
Once you get higher up on campus, you just feel that sunshine. It's beautiful weather. That's why a lot of people choose this school, for the weather. Yes, it rains a little bit, but most of the time it's very consistent. You get up to the top of campus and you get a view of the whole Golden Gate Bridge and Bay too. A lot of the teams bring recruits up there just to show them how beautiful this area is. And growing up here, sometimes you take it for granted, but my wife and I always try and come up here and see the views every chance we can.
Well, there it is. 900 feet tall. Just kidding, I don't really know.
Well, yeah, anytime we fly out of Oakland to go on the road, I always peek my head out, say, oh, there's my old school, and that's what you see. It's the Campanile. It's a beautiful place. You can actually catch an elevator and go all the way up to the top.
When I go back and look at Marcus Semien pictures of Cal baseball, little baby face comes out. Mm-hmm. Tell me where that baby face liked to hang out around here. Do you have a favorite spot, a go-to eatery?
We had a couple. I think for Tara and I, our pockets weren't deep at all, but we tried to go out and eat as much as we could. We went to Grapevine. It's down off of Shattuck. There's also one in Oakland too. We love that place. A lot of culture here. That's another thing. The diversity here in Berkeley was one thing I really enjoyed. Our Cal baseball team, we had, I think we had 5 African American players on the college team. That's pretty unheard of in the Pac-12. So, just driving here today, I was just thinking I'm so blessed to be able to just live in a place that I'm so familiar with and play in a place that is home. Never want to take it for granted. And I know one day it will come to an end, but this is definitely one of the happiest times of my life.
Let's say you could stick with the A's for a long time. Would you be happy if you never played for another team, like right now?
Yeah.
Hypothetically?
Hypothetically, yeah. I mean, this is, like I said, this is the most fun I've ever had playing baseball, especially with this group. You know, we've got so much talent and youth and camaraderie at the same time. It's a great situation. Now we need to get over the hump and play better baseball. We're playing great, but you know, there's teams that are doing big things too. So that's the goal for everybody. But in terms of all the other stuff, it's going really well.
Because of those guys and the. Thanks, bro. Yeah. And because
When you came to the A's, wasn't their best years. Now in recent times, you're cracking the playoffs, you're surrounded by exciting and talented players. How do you just see the extremes maybe that you've been through as one of the longest tenured guys so far?
The first 2.5 years, I'd say, were, you know, maybe not the best brand of baseball that the A's have, you know, had, and I didn't feel great to be a part of that. Yes, I was happy to be a big league shortstop, and still very young at the time, but once you get a taste of winning and playing the game the right way and playing clean baseball and finding an identity as a team, we started hitting home runs, shutting the door with the bullpen, playing good defense. There you go. Oh, those three things are our identity, and we found that now. And now it's about fine-tuning those things. And it's more fun playing the game that way when you're fine-tuning what you're good at, as opposed to just trying to find a way to win and not knowing why you did it.
I feel like these 12 chimes here at high noon is the perfect way to close out our show. Marcus, if I want to hit you up on social media, where do I find you?
You do not. You find me in person.
Come on, can I close it out by begging you, please? Just join us. I want to send you pictures and
maybe
stuff.
after I'm playing, but you know, just find me in person. We can chat like that.
Better. All right. Hey, Marcus, thanks for taking us to Cal. This has been awesome. I see why you love it. So fortunate to have you. Born and raised and doing quite well in the East Bay. Appreciate it, Marcus.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
man.
you.